Commissioner Boyd,
Here.
Commissioner Gooch,
Here.
Commissioner Phillips,
Present.
Commissioner McAdoo,
Here.
Commissioner Johnson,
Present.
Commissioner P,
Here.
Chairman Carr.
Here.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Item 3, Commissioner P, have you had a chance to review the minutes of the March 11th meeting?
I have, and I found to be in order, and I'll make a motion for their approval.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of adopting the minutes of March 11th, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Minutes are approved. Public comments, Carla? Nobody?
Yes, sir.
Great. Under new business, we have the GMP for the Forensic Center. Eric's going to explain this. This is, as Purchase Committee knows, the commission approved not to exceed a construction amount of the Forensic Center of $15 million. The contract, however, has an addendum A that was unfilled because we didn't have the GMP number guaranteed not to exceed. And so I'm going to let Eric explain what this is, and it's under the 15 million.
Yeah, so this is the guaranteed price amendment. It's part of the standard AIA documents that go along with the contract that was signed back in June of last year. And this sets that the guaranteed maximum price from RC Matthews is $14,890,860.
$14 million.
Yes, sir. $14,890,860.
So all we're doing is approving a lesser amount than the 15 million that was discussed. That was appropriate, yeah.
This is approving the agreement with RC Matthews for this amount.
Yes.
So we've already approved the agreement, now we're approving it for this amount.
Which is under 15 million. That is correct. Move to approve, Mr. Chairman. We have a motion.
Second.
So we have a motion, a second. Any discussion?
Okay, so 14,809,860, and so the 190 in furnitures, what's low voltage?
That's Wilkie.
Wilkie's piece for computers, cybersecurity, all that kind of thing.
Okay, so it's 15.5 turnkey, that's everything in it?
I didn't add it up. I would have, that's true. We pulled, those items were pulled out because we always do those internal, some of those things internally anyway. Yes, sir. If that's the number, I'm not arguing the number, yeah, but those things were pulled out as historically done anyway.
But that's all the equipment that will be used in the building.
You're talking about the lab equipment?
Everything.
Yes, sir.
The lab equipment is included
Yes.
in
Well, I'm
the
talking
14.8.
furniture, whatever
Yes.
goes in the building.
So those are some value engineering items that were included in the price to the 14.8. I think the next 2 pages you're looking at there, Commissioner Johnson, that's what that is.
And what's the, it may be right here in front of me, but what's the total square foot?
16,073 feet.
Okay, right. And what are we needing? Is this for information, or do you need any kind of motion?
No, we have a motion and a second. I'm waiting. I want to make sure everybody has a chance to review the document. We have a motion and a second. At the appropriate time, we'll have a roll call vote.
Are we having to pay anything to the city of Smyrna for impact fees or anything related to that?
That has not been determined yet. We're still working on that.
So, it's a good question though, because when Mr. Hercules was the manager, they were talking about foregoing up to $75,000 in various fees, not impact fees, but just various fees to have a new town manager. And we've approached them about that conversation, but have not come to any conclusion. So the 2 representatives from Smyrna would be wonderfully helpful in that regard. Mr. McAdoo?
I think we really should discuss that because we gave them Rocky Ford Road, we gave them land to build a fire station, prime piece of property.
That was before I was here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, I don't remember
Oh,
that.
I remember.
I don't remember that
I went out there and
transaction.
walked. We gave him a prime piece of property, so we need.
I know that Mayor Reed, I talked to
negotiate.
Mayor Reed about this on a couple of
Remember that,
occasions, and I have not gotten any hint that they were not receptive to working with the county on removing or bringing down the cost of some of these fees. Now, that's not a commitment there like I had from Mr. Hercules, but I've not gotten a sense that they wouldn't be helping us in this way, since they're the beneficiary of this state-of-the-art facility.
Well, is it gonna be over 110,000?
That I can't answer.
Cause that's your limit.
Oh, that's my contingency. I don't think so. I think I can't answer that. I'm not going to speculate, but it's not my thinking that it's going to be over that. If it is, what we will have to do is we got some value engineering capability left that we can remove some components out of it without hurting the facility itself, and we would do that to keep it under 15. It's not going over 15 if that's what you're asking me. I'll figure out another way to do it. With y'all's permission, of course.
Well, if you can value add out some, in case of this, why don't we go ahead and value out stuff that's not needed if it's not needed?
Because it's not, in my opinion, it's not a 0 or 1. It is needed, but what is most important and what can be added in later without hurting the initial operation of the facility. And I would let Denise Martin make that determination along with Klein Sweeney and the lab experts that we hired. I'm not capable of answering that question, Commissioner, about why we would pull something out as opposed to leaving something else in. Are there any further questions? If not, and there's no objection, Carla, call the roll, please.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Boyd,
Yes.
Commissioner Gooch,
Yes.
Commissioner Phillips.
Yes.
Commissioner McAdoo.
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson.
Aye.
Commissioner P.
Yes.
Chairman Carr.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. All right, Deputy Spence,
Yes.
you, Blake, Denise isn't here yet, so we're taking, oh, hold on a second, I'm sorry. The change order for Landfill Road, where's Mark Lee? I think, we're gonna, you and Mike Hughes, Mike and Mark, tell us what we're doing, because we may call an audible, I think, is that right?
Yes, sir. So I was contacted recently about something that was missed in our estimate for Landfill Road and the improvements there on Jefferson Pike. And it was some TDOT stuff. It wasn't very much. It was less than $4,000 worth. And then I got a call yesterday. I worked on this morning, and we found out that the guy that used to work for us that did this quantity takeoff had missed some other things. And so, thinking that we were going to be fortunate, that's all he missed, we found out that he did miss some other items. So
We weren't fortunate.
yeah, we weren't so fortunate. So rather than bring this to you and ask for action on it, we want to defer it and put it all together and have just one change order. This,
Explain what happened, if you don't mind, for the community. I think they're gonna be interested in this, and basically, it was TDOT required undercutting and resurfacing, correct?
Yes.
Just explain that, if you don't mind. And we're out here at the intersection of Landfill Road and, Jefferson Pike. Yes, sir.
yeah. So when we put the bid together, we estimate, and we have really nothing to go on other than just a guess as to how much unsuitable material there would be. And then when it got out there, they found that there were some more in the turn lane that we're having to create, not in Jefferson Pike except for, it's in Jefferson Pike right away, but it was in the turn lane. And then there are lane markers that are supposed to be able to have a snowplow go over them without tearing them out of the pavement that are somewhat recessed. And those weren't picked up on our survey, and they weren't picked up in our estimate, and we did not bid those quantities. There's not very many of them. I think there might have been 5. And then one of Mike's guys found it there, said that there were some that we would have to put in for the turn lane. And so he thinks there's about 8 of those. And so that's all in the TDOT right of way. And just talking with Mike about a half hour ago, there were some quantity estimates that seemed to be, that are proven out to be lower than our guy that did the estimate came up with. So I've got to go back over all of that and see what he missed. And I'd rather not do it in piecemeal,
Come back
but
again.
come back
Yeah.
with some numbers that we feel a lot more confident
So
about.
I think what you're saying is because of things that where we're at, we're gonna bring a change order in May to the purchasing committee on the intersection. But it'll be after the intersection's complete,
Right,
correct?
right. Yes.
It's kind of an FYI for the committee.
So
I was asking them to bring, we're gonna bring the change order this evening, but we had another development. I'm going, okay, well, let's just wait till May.
we know this is for sure, but it could be,
We're gonna modify that, yes,
Yes.
sir. We're gonna adjust that.
We're
So we're
gonna
gonna
have-
withdraw that and then give you another one back.
Right. We'll have one
but we know
change
this,
order.
this amount
Yes.
will stay and then whatever else.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
sir.
correct.
Right.
You just wanna defer till next month.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
We
And
should be, the good news is we should be finished paving tomorrow. So we should have all the tickets after that, and then there's a few minor things after that that we need to wrap up.
Did I understand you say that employee used to work for you?
Yes, sir.
So if you recall,
Not the first issue, Commissioner.
Well, I kind of presumed that.
if you recall, we designed the whole reconstruction of Landfill Road as one large project, and the bids came in 8 to 13 million or something like that. And then Greg Brooks with the Highway Department stepped up and said, "Hey, I'll do this lion's share if y'all will do what's inside the TDOT right of way." And that's where this second set, we hurried along to get a second set of plans in with just that small section. So
And Greg did a great job. If you haven't driven out there, you ought to drive out there. He did a really good job.
Best road in Rutherford County, bar none.
It is.
He
It really is pretty amazing.
Yeah, he rebuilt all that and did the full depth reclamation at a fraction of the cost, saving the county a lot of money, a lot. And so this project is for the about 600 feet of Landfill Road. We wanted to do enough to draw in some bidders to have enough quantities. And so it's less than 500 foot of Jefferson Pike and around 600 feet on Landfill Road.
Just kinda go out on a limb. I believe the original bid was somewhere around $8 million.
And with a provision to go up to 13 and 14 million dollars.
And it was done for considerably less than that, in essence, saving the county millions of dollars.
It was done for less than 2 million. It just, but we have the numbers, and as a matter of fact, Greg did such a good job. I think at a time, Chairman, we're going to probably bring to the commission a little bit of recognition for he and his team for what they did and the time that they did it in, and the quality of work. It's a testimony to him and his team out there. It really is.
To say, Anthony, that might be a shout out.
We want to do a little more than that, Mr. Chairman. If that's okay, and I meant to speak with y'all about that, but thank you for that very, very much. We're gonna do more than just a shout.
Resolution of appreciation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the oversight.
If there is no objection, we will defer this to the next meeting. Seeing none, I'll see you gentlemen at the May meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Denise Martin, you have graced us with your presence. Thank you. I'm glad I called.
Me too. Me too.
Hope you didn't break any speed limits getting here.
I was tempted to put my license sirens.
Denise, if you'll tell the committee, remind the committee again why you're here and what we're doing. I think this is your third trip, is it not?
It is. This was a rebid for the RFP for the transport of deceased remains for EMS and the medical examiner's office. We sent it out for rebid since neither of the original bids satisfied every aspect of the original bid. We had a review with our risk management team and made a couple of changes that would still fulfill and protect the county, but was enabled us to send it out for rebid, and that's what we're hoping that we
Great.
have some responses to today.
Yes, we got two
You got-
bids in.
All right, good deal.
And in the meantime, my apologies, my sincere apologies for being late.
But you're not.
Well,
Right on time.
But you're not.
I appreciate your patience and waiting.
You're right on time.
It was good to see your grand entrance.
Thank you.
It was.
You missed my run up the stairs, but
She made an entrance,
We'll
didn't
try to
she?
get a video.
This is the one that Woodfin's is doing right now.
no tri-eagle. I believe they
How many
also
do we
do that.
have?
That's both.
It's all lit. So it looks like we got 4, it's all
I
lit.
think I know.
Commissioner
That one will be
Phillips,
for
Sheriff,
you, just keep
That's for me.
Yeah.
original, just make sure I get that one back, gentlemen.
And that one was from, who was that one from?
Middle Tennessee Removal Service.
Thank you.
This is Middle Tennessee Removal Service here, the one we just did? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we don't know yet. Do you know anything about Middle Tennessee Removal Service, Denise?
I am familiar with the company, yes.
Okay. Do you know where they're located?
They're located out of Nashville.
Okay. Have you worked with them before?
I have.
You have?
At
Forensic. Okay, thank you. Here you go, Mac, I'm sorry. No, no, I've already looked at it. Doesn't hurt my eyes, bro.
All I need to know is bottom feeder.
I'm trying to find it.
What is it?
I don't know yet. I'll wait.
If you find it before me.
I'll wait.
Okay, that's the original. So who is the other one?
This one came in from Tri-Eagle.
Okay, this is Tri-Eagle.
There's some under here.
Is this it right here?
No, that's their insurance document.
I would think that you would want to review these to make sure they have all the documentation.
There are several different
And it looks like this is not
criteria.
in a format that is easily comparable.
I'm trying to see the
I don't know that.
bottom line.
Looks like-
Yeah. This one ain't even good. I still haven't found anything in it. Crazy. Triangle.
Oh, here we go.
Did you find the
Oh,
page? It's like
that's
the
the insurance.
Yeah.
Gotta take it under the-
Yep.
Is that what your motion is, sir?
Denise, do you have a recommendation?
I think there's too many different working parts to this. The criteria is very complex.
Would
so-
you like to take it under advisement?
I would.
Those are the magic words.
Yeah.
We have a recommendation from Ms. Martin to take it under advisement. Did you find it?
Yeah,
Everybody's been looking
page
for it.
14.
Okay. You got a motion, Mac?
Motion taken under advisement.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all of those in favor of taking advisement say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Can you have this for us in 30 days, a recommendation?
I will.
That would be perfect.
All right.
The originals, you can take copies, the originals will need to stay in my office, okay?
All right.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Deputy Chief Spence. That's twice I've gotten to say your name. And Captain Holton gonna join us. Welcome, Captain.
How you doing, sir?
I'm well, how are you doing?
Doing good.
How are things in Eagle?
Pretty good.
How are the cows?
Cows are great.
Good.
If you keep them in.
The grass is coming in.
We got a young girl on American Idol. You've been watching that?
I have.
Eagle
She's
was on
good,
the,
too.
Eagle was on the map.
Yep.
She is good.
She is good.
That-
I'm telling you, she's the same.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Gotta represent Eagle, you know?
Yes, we do. What are we doing, Deputy Chief?
Captain's gonna do the, building of, 30 by 16.
Okay.
Building.
So the first one is a CID building to house our, we've got 2 evidence trucks that are very expensive and have very expensive equipment in them. And we need to get them indoors so they can not get so much weather on them. They sit quite a bit.
What kind of trucks are they?
Just like the high top utility trucks.
Okay.
It's got all of our.
Like a step-up van or something
Yes,
like
sir.
that, on a
Yes,
truck
sir.
chassis?
30 by 30.
And they got
Yes, that's
fiberglass
first
tops, so we'll try to get them out of
Okay,
the weather.
And the second one that we're doing, I don't know if y'all wanna do one at a time.
It's on this, yeah, we'll just do one at a time. On this CID, where are you gonna locate this?
Directly in front of CID, there's a,
If it's inappropriate to say, don't feel
no, sir,
compelled.
this is not.
Okay.
So directly in front of CID, there's an evidence, area where they process evidence. Well, because of all that equipment, it's become a equipment storage area more than processing evidence. So we're gonna move all that stuff into this new building so they can actually use that other bay
I got
for what it was originally designed for. We've just kinda outgrown it.
But it'd be on the same, situation?
Yes, sir, right next to it.
Same lot?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 3 bids in. The first one is from R3.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So there's your R3.
You want me to take the price?
Please.
It's, 116,000. I'll go back, I'm sorry. 116,594.50.
The second one is from Morton Builders.
Did you spec out a metal building?
Yes, sir. You ready? 151,409.
And the third one is from KCS Building Group. And he is here. Very good.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Captain, are you familiar with any of these bidders?
Familiar with, 2, sir.
What's 2?
R3 and Morton's.
Do you know where by chance R3 is from?
They're from Rockville.
Oh, okay, great, and,
KCS is from Columbia.
okay. And
Morton is,
Columbia, Rockville, and Morton.
It's next door to us.
I was gonna say Murfreesboro, yeah.
It's a national, I think.
Yeah, of course, but they got, I think it's a franchise or some kind of thing like that.
Well,
what is it?
91,625. So, let me say this, I talked to Morton's and I talked to R3, I didn't get to talk to KCS. I had a typo on my bid spec. Everybody that I sent it to, I called them and said, hey, we gotta make an adjustment. Cause instead of, here where it says instead of, it was supposed to be 2 roll-up doors, 2 large garage doors, and apparently I deleted it or the computer did it, I don't know who did it, but everybody that I sent them to, I called and corrected it. I didn't get a chance to talk to KCS. So theirs may be a little different than, so, you know, cause obviously, 2 walk-through doors are way cheaper than 2 12-foot roll-up doors.
So, and I think because of that innocent but important error, I would, unless the committee objects, and I'm at the will of the committee, I would suggest you take this under advisement and let me reach out to the county attorney to determine to what degree, if any, that invalidates this process. I want to be careful.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense? I would like to hear from the committee on that, please.
Sounds good.
And I wanna be fair to them.
Mr. Vice Chair.
Get the right
I
info.
don't have a problem with taking it under advisement, but I do wanna hear what the attorney's got to say
Yeah.
about letting them bid or letting these bids stand.
Yeah, and that's my motive. I think the county needs a little bit of legal guidance from Nick on this before you make a recommendation to this committee. The committee needs to know kind of where we're at. And so Jeff, if you'll help me do that with Nick, I would appreciate it.
So, just out of curiosity, why were you not able to contact these guys, or how many attempts, or?
So I didn't realize KCS was going to bid because it's just sent out, anybody can bid. These 2 I contacted because I knew that I sent bids to them.
So you'd send out there were more than 3 people that you sent bids to?
Yes, sir, there's a list that I
Okay.
asked for it to be sent to.
Yes.
These
the
are just to
list-
the respondents, gotcha.
Yeah, the list that he sent me was for 3 constructors, and then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other folks to contact me requesting bids. So, and KCS was one of those 7.
So you're not for sure if they bid a roll-up door?
They didn't, sir, I'm looking at it.
They didn't.
No, sir. That's why, that's one of the majors I'm bringing it up, because it was about 10 days after we advertised it that I realized it. Actually, one of the vendors called me and said, hey, you said you wanted this, but this is what the bid spec says. And I went back and looked, and I said, I don't know how that happened, but I did it, so.
I will entertain a motion to take it under advisement.
So moved.
We got a motion, second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it, and we will be reaching out to Nick as well. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
So next
Sorry.
is there retirement? Okay.
We should have one more.
We got
Yeah.
one. We got one more over here. They have one more.
Yeah, I didn't know if you, because I had separated them, just to keep it separate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Surplus canine retirement. You want to talk
Yes,
about that? My apologies.
We have
I
a
don't know what you're
canine,
talking about.
we were requesting to retire. Duke is a 2-year-old German short-haired corner that was donated by the Transportation Security Administration. We've worked with Duke. We can't get him trained. We're requesting to let the handler, Nick Smith, take responsibility of Duke.
Motion to,
We got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Well, poor little Duke, you can't get him trained.
To alert on drugs and activity.
He's he's on drugs?
No,
No.
he won't alert when it's time to be training to sniff the drugs.
Commissioner Johnson, you're in charge. Trey Gooch, just so you know.
Trying to reel him in.
That's a lot of reeling.
I was gonna start reeling. We have a motion and a second. I'm not entertaining any more questions from Commissioner Gooch on the matter. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The dog is retired.
Thank you. He'll be well taken care of.
His feelings not hurting.
RFP for an installation of a three-sided building. Who's doing that one?
Captain.
Captain?
Good dog.
Okay, so we got 3 more bids on this one. So the first one is from R3. There you go.
What building are we doing now?
So in our impound lot, when we seize vehicles or the sheriff takes vehicles for court order, once we take possession of them, we're responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of it. We've got some vehicles out there that are valued over $100,000. And we want to get them out of the weather and under like a large hay barn to back them in and get them out of
The hail and the sun and all that kind of mess.
Yes, sir.
My question is, just curious question, let's assume that you take possession of a high-value vehicle, let's say in a drug bust or something like that, right? In the course of, and you've impounded the vehicle, typically how long will you keep possession of that vehicle before you dispose of it?
So it could be part of the plea agreement in the state court, depending on how long that drags out. It could be months, it could be up to a year or more before all that gets played out. But the bigger issue is we were keeping these vehicles at a different location and inside of a large space.
I know
And
exactly
so,
where you kept them.
and so,
It was crowded in there.
yes, sir. And with
And that was
today's-
over a year ago.
with today's technology, people were coming there and starting vehicles and setting the alarms off and looking for their vehicles. So we're gonna move them to a different location.
The way they're watched 24/7.
I'm trying to find it now.
It's on the 3rd page.
$85,112.22.
Okay, so the second bid came from Morton's Builders.
How big is this lean-to?
It's I believe it's 40 by 80 by 16. We wanted where we could get boats in or anything high top or,
I got a hay barn that size.
well, brown
Exactly
bales.
that size. Round bale, absolutely. I can put 300 rounds in there.
One of the reasons this is gonna be more expensive on some of these is we're asking for a ceiling to keep the birds from building nests, and it doesn't even do any good to put them under there and let birds build nests. So it might be a little more expensive than what hay barns are. Morton's is $125,692.
And the third one is from KCS again.
Did you stamp on or original for Morton? Where is it? Oh, I missed it. Thank you.
KC's is $92,250. No, sir, it's 3-sided, wide open.
Are you gonna need to take this under advisement, or can you think you can go ahead and,
I can go ahead on this one if we could, use R3. They were the lowest bid and we've used them prior for other things. And they're local.
You want a few minutes to look over it? We've got another applicant.
Yes, sir, I can.
I mean, it's up to you. If you're good now, go ahead. I mean,
I tell you what, can we read the bids off again, please, for the record?
Yes. Morton's is $125,692. And R3 is $85,112.22. And KCS was $92,250.
And your recommendation, based on what you know, is for the low bid, correct?
Low bid, and we've previously worked with R3.
Move that we accept the bid from R3 at $85,112.22.
Thank you, Commissioner Gooch. We have a motion. Do we have a proper second? Any further discussion? Seeing none, let's call the roll, please.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes.
Commissioner Gooch?
Yes.
Commissioner Phillips?
Yes.
Commissioner McAdoo?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson? Commissioner P?
yes.
Chairman Carr?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have, Deputy Chief Spence, your next item is seize weapon surplus bids.
Yes, sir. We received 3 bids on our 202 weapons, ammo cans, ammunition, gun cases, magazines, and holsters. Bullseye's Gun Range here in Murfreesboro gave us a bid of $40,332.22. King's Firearms out of Columbia, Tennessee, $39,048.75. And Craig's Firearms and Supply Company out of Knoxville bid $18,125. We recommend us to take the price that Bullseye's Gun Range offered us, at $40,333.22.
So we don't take the lowest bidder on this one?
No, sir.
It's the opposite.
By $250, then
Apparently not gonna get it.
Motion to approve this bid.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? Seeing none, without objection, Carla, call the roll, please.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Boyd?
Yes.
Commissioner Gooch?
Yes.
Commissioner Phillips?
yes.
Commissioner McAdoo?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Aye.
Commissioner P?
Yes.
Chairman Carr?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? I didn't sign the other one either.
Well, they've all been sent in here.
I know, I'm not paying attention.
It's on the top.
Where's the original on the? You didn't hand it to me, Bob. The original on the building, the lean-to for RC3, is that it in your hand?
Is this the one? Hold on. Let's see. Are you signing this building?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the one. So, let me-
Stamp it or original, right there. There you go, I did right there. Oh, I see what you did. We didn't, we gotta do this.
That's the GMP. So, yeah, here we are.
We saved the best for last. Ed, if you will introduce yourself and your entourage. I know that, I want to make special note that Michael Smith, Finance Director, is here as a curious observer.
Beside Carl is Jenny Cook with CCMSI, she's the broker. Property and Casualty Broker. Susan Thompson, Assistant Director, Insurance and Risk Management, and myself, Ed Elam, the Director.
Good to see you again.
Thank you, good to be here.
So, while it's being opened up at the moment, I wanted to read off a couple of things, John. I think I did this last time when we had bids open up for property and casualty. The value of buildings is now $2,438,000,000. The contents were at $218 million in content. There's 405 buildings. And what I had vehicles or something. Like 900 and something vehicles. Oh, 934 vehicles. So just to give you an idea of, what these bids represent,
Ed, we don't bring a building online till we get a CO, would that be accurate? So if we don't have a CO on a building that's almost complete, is it included in these computations? I'm specifically thinking of the Plainview Public Safety Building that it's almost complete, but we don't have a CO for it, but we will need insurance on it by October.
to answer your question, we're in communication a lot of times, OIP, and so we may have contents in that, delivered to that building, and we may have the low voltage that was not part of the contract. So we may go ahead and add it, because it's just a few dollars, to go ahead and add it, before the CO, because, if something happened, it's not under the general contractor's contract. We've already moved, and schools are famous for, there was some contents in there for storage and stuff, to make sure they open on time. So a lot of times we may put insurance on it, we talked to Trey Lee, put insurance on it to cover those contents, and actually just cover the building, just to make it simple. 1 month premium is not that much. Also, getting that out, I'll also mention to you, Susan McQuarrie's not here, but she helped a lot with the RFP, worked with Janet quite extensively. One of the tasks I gave her in the fall was to reach out to other counties and to ask, how their bid process goes, how their, how many bidders they receive. I know, this is from memory, I know we had Knox County, I know we had Hamilton County, we had a county in northern, that's very close to our side, northern Georgia, Kentucky, and the odds are, we called it risk management in Missouri. She went in and looked at the county population, something close to ours, called the risk management manager, talked to them, and he goes, "Oh, you're from Murfreesboro, Tennessee?" He said, "Yes." He goes, "Oh, well, my brother went to school at David Lipscomb with Ted Beatty, and we've been hunting on his farm." Now, this is just a random town that matched up close to ours in Missouri, and I thought that was just an interesting story. You just never know sometimes who you're talking to.
So we only had the one bid to come in.
Okay, Janet, you wanna walk through?
Sure. Okay. The first bid is on the building and personal property. The premium is $3,635,712. That's through Travelers.
Wait a minute.
I wanna get on
What tab?
page
Page
0.
6.
Yes.
What tab are you under?
Tab pricing cover.
First
page.
tab or second tab?
Yes.
There we go.
Second, yes, second tab.
3,600,000.
35,712.
Can you read that one more time?
No,
Yes.
I'm just gonna let you look at
Traffic.
Oh, thanks.
it. Just make sure I get it
Yeah,
back to the
Travelers.
original.
Okay. The next is your commercial package, which is your auto, general liability, public officials. That premium is $983,985, and that's Princeton. The next one is your auto physical damage. That premium is $132,861, and that's Hanover.
Is that 3.75?
The next one is your law enforcement liability. That's $470,997, and that's Greenwich. The next is your excess law enforcement liability. That premium is $225,328, and that's Kinsale.
What was that number again?
Yeah, $225,328. Next is your crime insurance. That premium is $5,352, and that is also with Travelers.
What was that number again?
$5,352.
What was your excess liability?
The excess law enforcement liability was $225,328.
Who was it?
Kinsale, Kinsale. Then your cyber liability is next. That premium is $50,450, and that's with Homeland.
Is that the same policy that we had last year?
Yes, that is correct.
It's $1 million, but we pay the first $250, and they pay the next $750.
Yeah.
And then we pay everything after $1 million again, correct?
That is
Thank
correct.
you.
Okay, next is the dental medical professional liability. That premium is $7,430, and that's through Admiral. Next is the emergency responders group insurance. That premium is $4,204, and that's Axis.
Is that the one we're calling firefighters group?
Yes. And then your surety bond is $5,000, and that's with Safety National.
And these are yearly premiums?
Yes, sir.
So Ed, my understanding is this, when we do insurance every year, it always takes some somewhat circuitous route to get approved. But from here, it goes back to risk management for approval, and then we bring it back here and then on to budget and commission, is that right?
Yes, we'd like to take a look at these bids, see what the limits are.
Right.
To make sure what changes, if there are any changes made, it would go from here, if the recommendation is to send it to the insurance committee, then come back to this committee, and then go to budget, and then to the full commission.
I think that's right. Chairman P, is that not the route that we take on this? It's different on this than anything else, as I recall, and I just wanna make sure we send it to the right place.
And that's a Nick question, in my opinion, but, I think the way we're doing that will be okay. I mean, basically, it's going to the committee and back to the committee.
And then to
and
budget.
Forward to budget, and of course, the full commission, so, eventually, that's where we know it, and, but I think we're crossing all our Ts and dotting all our Is going that direction.
Well, I'm getting a hand wave from Michael, so if it's okay for the committee, I'm gonna let Michael
When's your
interject.
next purchasing committee?
I'm sorry,
When is your next purchasing committee meeting?
in May.
We have it on
So-
discussion.
Between the
Yeah.
first and budget.
First
Special
and
call.
discussion.
I know we call a special meeting
Well, you may not have to, that's what I'm getting at, so it'll have to, if you don't already have one on the book, so,
May 13th
then you'll have to call a special one.
just for this, right? Okay. But do I have, Michael,
So you have
Chairman
it right,
Pitt?
it'll come from here.
I'm sorry?
It'll leave here today under advisement. Ed's office will look at it,
like you stated. It'll go to the insurance committee, for discussion there, for a vote, comes back here.
That's what I didn't know. I didn't know if it came back here or went straight to budget.
It comes back here, and
Okay.
that'll be the vote that matters to approve it, and then I need it to go to budget on May 8th.
Okay.
But it'll go to budget on May 8th as part of, also May 8th, the budget committee is when you're gonna see the budget proposal for the first time. So.
What day is May 8th? What day?
The first Thursday after the first Monday in May.
We got it. I'm getting ahead of myself.
But, sorry, I just wanted, that is the route.
No,
that-
we do have the route correct. We gotta have a special call
But the
meeting.
timing is, it has to be, for us to present a draft of the budget on May 8th, the special call, it has to be before May 8th.
Okay, I think we can make that happen. We just need to make sure somebody knows on that. Any questions for Mr. Elam?
One comment while you,
Please.
the insurance meeting was moved to May the 1st. So that would be Thursday, May the 1st.
Talk about the risk management meeting?
Yes, insurance risk management meeting was moved to May the 1st because of all the stuff we've got going on. And then, so we would look at it either the 2nd, 5th, 6th, or 7th of May, special call meeting. 2nd is a Friday. And then 5, 6, and 7 is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Would that work, Michael? 5th, 6th, or 7th?
Yes.
We've got steering committee meeting and public works on the 5th and 6th, but we could meet before those.
Yeah, if we're meeting at, we got, 3 people here from Public Works. That might work out best. That's the
The
6th.
6th would probably be the ideal date if possible.
Yeah, because that meeting is at 5:30. We could meet at 4:30 on the 6th. Chairman Johnson? Everybody? Okay. So,
May 6th
yeah,
is a special call meeting.
yeah. So we will do that in just a second. Ed, do you have?
Another comment on that. On that meeting, unfinished business will be this bid. It will also be the ancillaries,
The previous.
and it will also be the Medicare Advantage bid. So there's quite a bit for that. I don't know what else you might have on the agenda, or if it's just,
My question then is, if there's quite a bit, is that something we can get done in an hour?
I can't.
I need you to manage our expectations, Mr. Elam.
What about this meeting at 4 o'clock?
That's what I'm trying to get to if we want to
I
meet
think
it.
I think it'd be move along pretty fast if we're gonna do it. I mean, I'll have people making recommendations and laying out a spreadsheet for you and saying, here's what our recommendations are. But it will already go, I will also say it'll already go to insurance committee, so it'll already be out there publicly for insurance committee for you to view, those recommendations in the spreadsheets.
Okay.
Jeff,
feel
could
more
you say
comfortable
Ned
with-
on the 5th?
I'm sorry?
Who meets on the 5th?
Steering.
Steering.
Steering committee meets on the 5th.
So they take out 2, sure, 3, same difference.
And another thing now, I don't know if this is gonna be effective or not, but Cinco de Mayo's on the 5th, so will Mr. Smith be sober enough to be here?
Regards to Cinco de Mayo, that's always a pertinent question.
I thought Commissioner Booth was bringing Mexican food.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo having nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with
Let's do this. We're gonna take this under advisement.
We have one more.
Oh.
We actually have
Cyber.
two more cyber quotes,
Yes.
sorry.
Oh, my apologies. We are way ahead of the curve. I thought you were done.
Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna
No,
backtrack to the
please.
cyber. So we also have an,
Are we gonna pencil in the 6th at 4:30?
Yeah, but we gotta make a formal motion on that. Yes, or 4. She's got 2 cybersecurity quotes that we didn't get out. Commissioner, we need to get that done. We got ahead of her.
Never mind.
That's on me. My apologies.
okay, so we have an optional quote with Homeland, for a 2 million limit with 100,000 retention. And that premium is $68,450.
Cyber.
Yes,
That's with the 2 million, correct?
that is correct,
And who pays, and what?
with 100,000 retention.
Okay, that's the first 100,000?
Yes, and to go back, not to confuse the issue here, but they also quoted the current 1 million limit. You currently have a 250,000 retention, they quoted it, the renewal at 100,000 retention. Okay, And then we have a quote from AIG on the cyber. They quoted a 5 million limit. And their premium is 49,700.
Retention?
It is 100,000, I believe.
Okay.
It's in the fine print somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, we're taking
bring
it
it back,
under
yeah.
advisement, is the
There is
recommendation
something
from
else,
Mr.
numbers you have to look at,
Yeah,
what's exempt and
with
not
Mr.
exempt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, Chair would entertain a motion for taking under advisement
So moved.
and send it to purchase, to the risk management. We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of seeing this under advisement to, the risk management committee, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Now we're back to other business, which is scheduling the special call meeting for, risk management. Thank you, Michael. The recommendation was from Chairman Phillips for Tuesday at 4:30, but then we had discussion that potentially we want to make that at 4 o'clock. I'm at the will of the committee. Is an hour and a half better, or can we get it done in an hour, Ed?
I think an hour and a half would be better if you're gonna have
Be safe.
discussion. I mean,
I'm at the will of the committee.
we're talking about a lot.
Yeah.
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
May
4
sixth.
o'clock. I need a motion
Make a motion for 4 o'clock.
on Tuesday, the
The
6th.
Second.
We have, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. We will have a special called meeting on Tuesday, May 6th at 4 o'clock.
If you get this information from your, the other committee, instead of just posting it, can you send that to us? That'll make it a little quicker for me. I have trouble getting into the system sometimes at home.
Preferred email.
Yes.
Cause some people have different emails, and every time that somebody says I didn't get it, and I'm using what.
Let me write it down.
Let me write it down.
You need a paperweight,
Yeah, we can
Jeff?
get that sent out either Thursday afternoon or
I'm gonna
Friday.
call
depending
to
how
pick
late
it up.
that meeting goes.
We'll also send though, at that point, the budget agenda will already be out. So everybody, the commissioners will also get the recommendation as it stands from the insurance committee to budget as well. So you should get it 2 days. Of course, y'all can change it, and we will definitely revise it at budget committee, but we typically go ahead and put all that in that detail that you get a copy of the budget agenda that goes out. You'll see it there too.
Is there any other business before the committee? Seeing none, without objection, we stand adjourned.